What is up, Copy Squad? It's your boy, Kyle Milligan, coming at you live from Delray Beach, Florida. I'm excited about this one. Today we're going to talk about 3 daily copywriting exercises to help you improve your skills right away. And what I like about this is I was thinking about doing like 5 or even more, but I want to keep it as a daily list, right? I want to keep it as something that you can do every single day, little things that you can do to make your skills like exponentially larger. I do believe like 2 hours to success, right? I believe like do the little things consistently, and I've always said like to do the big things and the little things take care of themselves, but I also believe like do the little things consistently and the big things will take care of themselves. It goes both ways. So this will be like a really simple little guide. Only take like 2 or 3 things. 3 daily copywriting exercises. I'm sure you're ready to hear them. First, now you've probably, I remember how I was going to tie this to my book. They're in my book. Take Their Money. KyleTheWriter.com/book if you want to check that out. So these 3 things are in my book, but I think I've said them in some lives before. I've said them on YouTube, and I kind of want to like go into more depth because these are really important to making you a better salesman. They're really important to making you a stronger writer. They're important to like all these things. Practice number 1, and they shouldn't take a lot of your time if you do them right. Practice number 1 is to read a page, let's not say a page, read a piece of copy a day. I got these 3 from Joe Schrafer. He preaches these. He says read a promo a day. That's number 1. I'll go ahead and tell you all 3. Read a promo a day, write a page of copy a day, come up with an idea a day. Joe Schrafer taught me this. He's a genius. He's like the smartest guy I've ever met. He's just an amazing dude all around. And I'm going to take it back from read a promo a day. And the reason I think read a piece of copy a day is I can spend 45 minutes dissecting the first 2 pages of a lead. It takes me like 2 hours and 20 minutes to go through a promo. So what I say is read a piece of copy today. Okay, so I'm gonna connect all 3 of these daily practices into like one simple practice that you can do. It's like all meshed and mutated together, and I think it'll make your life easier. So stick with me and I'll reveal that for you. So first, read a piece of copy a day. Now here's the 1B. Instead of just reading a piece of copy, I want you to practice active reading. Now active reading is again something I dissect and teach you how to do inside the book, Take Their Money. And essentially, when you read copy, you don't just read it passively. You don't just read it like you'd read a book for a story or try to just like see, oh, hey, that's neat, that sounds exciting. Instead, I want you to read the piece of copy, however long it may be, and I want you to mark up in the margins or highlight or circle the words that basically speak the language of copywriting and try to reverse engineer like what claim are they trying to prove here? What objection are they trying to overcome? What emotion are they trying to evoke? I'll give you a hint. It comes down to the big 4 emotions a lot of the times that I preach constantly. And those 4, new, easy, safe, and big. And I go into extreme depth on these 4 emotions in the book, Take Their Money. You can check that out at KyleTheWriter.com/swipe. You can learn how to write words that really make you rich, not just some advice from some rando on Facebook or comments, but like these things are proven. Okay, so read a promo today, but you have to practice active reading. So 1 is read a piece of copy a day, and 1B is do it with active reading. Mark it up in the margins. Highlight and circle things that are important or are specifically written to evoke the specific emotions, or what claim or objection do you think they're dealing with at this point in the copy. So that's 1. Daily practice number 2, okay? Write a piece of copy a day. And let's say a page. Let's say write a page of copy a day. There's a hack for this too. Okay, so when it comes to writing a page of copy, it doesn't have to be like 1 page for like a sales letter. It doesn't have to be like 1 page that you're going to use for your next project or anything like that. It can be just you doodling around, okay? So I'm going to give you a couple outs, basically like tricks or cheat ways to kind of get this accomplished. What we want to do when we're writing our page of copy a day, it's not so much that you go out there and collect 1 million sales with this page. What's really important is that you're practicing copywriting, because copywriting is a professional language. You can't just like, it's like learning any sort of language. You've got to immerse yourself in it. So it's cool. Reading it is helpful, but to practice it, you need to write it. It is a written language, right? Copywriting. So you need to sit down and write. And I do it by hand. Sometimes I'll explain this too, my trick, but you can also type out your page. When I'm working, I type it out, obviously. I do all my copywriting in Microsoft Word or something like that for work. But for my hack, I'll show you a little handwriting technique in just a second. But you don't have to like have this go to like a sales letter that you're currently working on or some big project. For instance, your page might just be like a series of emails, right? And your emails might only be like a couple, like 100 words long or something like that each, something short, but you have to do it. The purpose is you must be writing daily. You must be writing daily, and you aren't writing like a journal. You're not journaling, you're not like doodling. You are purposefully trying to evoke the big four emotions with copywriting. That is the page that you need to do a day. Now, here's the hack. If you don't want to, for whatever reason, if you're just feeling lazy for the day, this could even be helpful. I think this is still just as valuable. Hand copy a page of copy, right? This is age-old advice. Everyone always says hand copy a page of copy, but I take it another step. Now you are also practicing active reading with the page that you hand wrote. So maybe you kind of like just feel out the words, right? You'll notice like weird patterns of like how they speak, short sentence structure, how they use things like look, frankly, well, you know, you see, like those little things that you wouldn't have noticed before until you like handwriting it, and then you kind of see it. So handwrite your piece of copy, and then you go back and you active read that. Now you try to figure out the same things that we were talking about for piece number one. So see how I'm kind of like combining the two? So when you sit down and handwrite one piece of copy, you're actually kind of handling the first two items on the list of the daily practice. You handwrite that piece of copy, and then you go back and actively read it. You mark in the margins. New, easy, safe, and big. You mark in the margins. He's trying to obviously take over, he's trying to prove that this is easy for anybody, or he's trying to like handle this specific objection. He's making this specific claim, like point out where the claims are, and actively read it, actively mark it up. Don't just sit there and handwrite it. Don't passively copy it. You need to be absorbing what you're writing. So it's very important that you're actively reading and you're actively writing when you write your page a day. Okay, the last thing, come up with an idea a day. So here's my little hack. Basically at the end of this, think of something that you learned from that thing. Like you handwrite something, you mark it up in the margins, you highlight and circle words that stick out to you, and come up with an idea. And the thing is, the big idea, in a way, the big idea is overrated. Really what happens is a lot of small ideas. A big idea isn't big until it tests and makes $1 zillion. Before that, it was just an idea, and maybe no one even believed in it. So, what is a big idea? A big idea isn't a big idea until it's made $1 gajillion anyway. So just come up with an idea. Don't think about whether or not it's a big idea or it changes the world. It could just be like a cool subject line that you thought of when you were writing that page of copy out and marking it up. That's an idea. Obviously, you can come up with more than one idea, and you should kind of become like an idea machine, which my buddy James Altucher talks about. He says come up with 10, so 5 and 5. He says come up with 10 ideas a day so that you take the pressure off of coming up with the one big idea. I'm here just to tell you flat out, dude, most ideas are not big ideas, and that's okay. Even small ideas sell a ton of newsletters and make a bunch of money, right? So just come up with one idea while you're hand copying. So if you take these 3 practices, read a piece of copy, write a piece of copy, I say a page, read a piece of copy, write a page of copy, and then come up with an idea, you can handle all that on one piece of paper in a legal pad. Write that sucker out in a legal pad, top to bottom, and then you mark it up, okay? So that's reading and writing. And then your last thing is you come up with an idea, and you basically just summarize something that you learned from that piece of copy. Boom! All handled in one legal pad. Take you less than, I don't know, depends how hard you want to dissect it, man. You could dissect for a long time. I've been there, so I won't say it won't take you a long time. It's really up to you. You can pace yourself or go nuts, and you can like sort of look for very specific things. For instance, I have rewritten the same page of copy before and specifically said, okay, this time I'm going to look at either how he wrote the language, or if I'm not looking at his language, I'll say, okay, now I'm going to look for new, easy, safe, and big. Or then I'll say, okay, actually, how many times does he hint at what's coming up in the letter, or open a loop, or provide a bribe, or anything like that? And I'll write the same page over and over and look for all the different elements that are weaved within. And then I'll take another page on a legal pad, and I'll just like take stars and write like what I see. And those are like my ideas. So that's really it, man. It's a daily practice. It can take as long or as quick as you want it to. If you want to learn how to write words that really make you rich, like proven strategies that have actually made money, check out my book, Take Their Money. It's at kylethewriter.com/book. Thanks so much, Copy Squad. Nothing but love from your boy, Kyle Milligan. Peace out.